Hello, friends. The last clip, lots of people saw it on Facebook because I inadvertently uploaded it there instead of just loading a link to the clip. Therefore, it doesn't look like it's gone down very well, but actually, I think more people saw it than normal. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend a look. I'll put it as the clip that comes up at the end of this as the kind of recommended clip. Right, differentiation. Onwards we go. Sometimes teachers say to me, Christopher, I don't have time to differentiate my lessons. To which I think to myself, at least inwardly, you don't have a choice. You can't teach language effectively to a group of people if you don't differentiate. However, you may have a different idea of differentiation or what differentiation is than I do. You may think differentiation is something else, but that's why I'm making this clip. Another answer that I sometimes give inwardly and more often outwardly is, well, hang on a minute, what about if differentiating your lessons actually saved you time? What about that? And again, though, I think it hinges on the fact that often teachers have a different idea of differentiation, at least to me, and I think to what equates to effective differentiation in an English language teaching classroom. Hence the title of this clip. It's not about the worksheets. Differentiation in your lessons is not about staying up till 3 a.m, making 3 versions of every handout that you're thinking of, or 5 versions of every task. It's not primarily about that. I think it's primarily about what you do in the lesson. And we need to make teachers aware of that, but we also need to make observers aware of that. So what Daniel and I called structured differentiation is kind of your formal sort of hardware end of differentiation. Yes, that's different tasks, different things, different design, different planning. But the differentiated support, which I think is most important, it's about when you roll up your sleeves and you have a walk round your class and you get in there and help. And I've written down a number of small interventions. They all equate to differentiation for me. And I think they will to an observer. The thing is, though, if you're being observed on a formal course or by a coordinator, by a director of studies, sometimes afterwards you have to point out, hey, did you see what I did here? Did you see the measure I took there? The intervention I made over there? And sometimes you have to guide your observer's eye to things because they might not know that was actually a decision you made in the moment. So you start walking around. I mean, obviously, let's go back to what Carol Ann Tomlinson said. It's all about looking a little harder. That's what it is. So you're walking around, students are doing some exercises, you see that one student is really struggling. And you say, okay, Lucas, I see you're struggling here. Hang on a minute. Were you here on Monday? It's like, no, I wasn't. I had a dentist appointment. Ah, okay. So you didn't do the exercises on the previous page, which these are an extension of. No, okay, so forget these. Go back, do these, show me how you get on, and then later you can do this. Differentiation. What you've just done is you've restored that student's path to the learning objectives, and you've tailored their path towards it. You have a look at another student. You're doing an exercise on the passive. You look down and say, okay, so ding, 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 ding. Okay. Bad news is you've got all the answers wrong. Good news is you've nearly got them right. And the problem with all the answers is the same thing. I see what you're doing here to make the passive. You need the past participle, and you're getting the past participles wrong. So if you have a look at the irregular verb list on page 132, that's going to help you get the participle right and you're going to get points for all these. You've just shown that student, you've flagged up a weakness, a systematic error, and you've provided support. Differentiation. Another example, you see that a student is struggling with motivation, they're restless, they're not having a good day. You say, okay, Pablo, I see you're having a bit of a tough time here. Okay, there's 12 questions. Look, if you do, okay, number 3, number 7, 8, and 12. If you do just those and show me, if you're okay on those, maybe I can let the rest slide because I see it's not a good day for you. Okay, personal deal. Deal? Deal. The questions you might have chosen will perhaps show you that he understands the structure or the language area sufficiently to let the rest slide. Okay, not perfect, not ideal, but sometimes students are not going to get all the way through an exercise. What have you done? You've just chopped down the task to a manageable size for that student on that day, in that moment, on that exercise. Differentiation? Differentiation. Another example. You can see that Anna today is having trouble on an exercise about adverbs. You say to Anna, Anna, can you remember last week when you helped Andrea on the exercise about adjective order? Yeah, I remember helping. Okay, well, I've just seen today on the adverbs, she's got no problem. She's doing really well, and I think she might be able to help you today. So would you like to go over, just sit with Andrea today for the next 5 minutes and she can return the favour. Differentiation, flexible groupings, but we found a grouping that works to benefit both over the period of a week or 2 weeks. Another example, you see that a student who's really struggling, you see, he's got number 2 correct. You got number 2 correct, great. You help the student with number 3 and 4, but then when it comes to going over the exercise, you write down, Juanito, okay, question 2, and you make a point of asking Juan question 2, which he got right off his own bat, and now he can get right in front of the class. He feels confident, he feels more included. Differentiation. Another example, student, again, struggling with the exercise. You're walking around, teacher, I can't do this, I don't understand. Okay, no problem. You sit down with that student, you say, look, I'm going to do it here on this bit of paper, then I'm going to take the paper away. You can't copy, so pay attention. Look, okay, so we've got question tags. Okay, you don't like spaghetti, okay, so don't is negative. We take the positive, do, and then we repeat the subject, do you. You don't like spaghetti, do you? Yeah? Okay, another one. You don't live near here, okay? Same again here. So, don't, negative, we take the positive, write it down, can you see there? You don't live near here, do, that's positive, this was negative. And what else goes here? You, teacher, yep, you, do, you, okay. You like him. Okay, so this is different. Like is not an auxiliary, it's not the verb to be. So what are we going to do here? Instead, what do you think we'll use? Auxiliary. Don't know, teacher. Okay, we'll use do. Do's a good auxiliary. So, like, positive or negative? Positive, teacher. Okay, so what's the negative of do? Don't. Yeah, don't. Okay, what do you think's going next? You? Absolutely. Yeah, then we take that away. We sit down, we do that with the student, we give them a little bit of one-to-one time and a demonstration, and then off we go. We might have explained that to the whole class already, but they get an extra little tutorial. Differentiation? Differentiation. Another one, we go around, we're looking, we can see an advanced learner is completing the exercise really easy. We say, hang on, I can see you're going to do this really easy. What I'd like you to do, I'm going to give you a special job here. I want you to do this exercise on the other page. Okay, we're not going to do it as a class. So when you've done it, just come and show me. I want to see how you get on with that one, okay? If you have any real problems, then obviously you can go back, you can do the one that everybody else is doing, but I think you're going to be fine on it. Somebody else says, teacher, what are they doing? No, don't worry about that. It's between us, yeah? Get back to work. With love, of course. Okay, we've just tailored an exercise for an advanced learner, provided a little bit of challenge. we see another student, they've completed a vocabulary exercise. Okay, yeah, you got that right. Question 1, yeah, moody. Question 2, yeah, stubborn. Question 3, fussy. Yeah, fussy. You know fussy. You knew fussy before? Yeah, teacher. Okay, what about finicky? What, teacher? Finicky. Did you know finicky? What's finicky, teacher? Okay, so I'm going to say it one more time. Then you've got to write it down the way you think it's spelt, do a Google search, find the correct spelling, and find an example of that in a sentence online. Okay, you listening? Finicky. Ready, steady, go. Off you go. You've left this advanced learner with a new word that they didn't have. You've given them something else on top. Differentiation? Differentiation. 2 students struggling with a vocabulary exercise. Okay, gentlemen, have a look. Use the vocabulary bank on page 217. Going to be helpful for you. Again, providing an additional layer of support. This is all differentiation. Finished, teacher. Nobody else has finished. Okay, I'm going to give this student a little bit of attention. Okay, well, come here. Read it to me. Huh? Yeah, just read it to me. Yeah, just listen. I'll listen for your pronunciation as well, and we'll check the answers. A little bit more attention. Personalisation. These are all, for me, completely bona fide differentiation techniques, and this is what we can be doing in the classroom. And the reason I say it saves us time is because what we're doing is we're repairing things, we're helping things move forward, we're filling in gaps in learners' knowledge, helping them on that pathway to the learning objectives, so that we don't get to the end of the lesson and realise, the students haven't got there. We're going to have to backtrack and do more revision. No, we're moving things forward. We're saving ourselves time. That, my friends, is my message for the day. Have a wonderful afternoon, have a wonderful week, have a wonderful month, have a wonderful academic year. Strength and energy with your teaching.